Hello guys, welcome to Rubik Structures. In today's tutorials, we are diving into an exciting project which is designing a steel dome using Protastructures. Okay, whether you are a beginner using this software or you are an advanced professional using the software, this will be a step-by-step guide which will walk you through the entire process of modeling these steel dome structures. If you find this video very helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth tutorials like this. Let us get started. Come to your steel members, come to steel domes. First thing we'll be doing is to pick 2 points that will serve as our base radius. Pick 2 points, you can zoom in, pick any point because we want this to be our base radius. You can pick any point. Okay, you can come here, zoom in, pick here as your first point, and pick here as the second point. Even if it doesn't snap, just pick it. You can give it time, it's going to load and give you your drop down menu. Okay, you can rotate this to see the movement as you would want it to be. So the first thing we are going to be that see the support radius is already given from the point picked is fixed. So at dome height, we are going to change our dome height. We want our dome height to be 2000. Want it's 2000 dome height. Okay, only 2000 dome height. You zoom in and you rotate this to this way. Okay, so for our crown frame is the purple member. We don't want a crown frame. We're going to remove that, and we don't want a crown frame there. We want all our longitudinal members to meet at an apex here. So for the crown radius, we're going to be changing it to 0. Changing it to 0 and enter. Okay, see, all your longitudinal frame members meet at a point here, which is going to act like an apex. Okay, next we are going to do for our longitudinal frames. Longitudinal frames are the yellow members. We want our longitudinal frames to be 10. Okay, 10. I'm going to use 10 for longitudinal frames. These are the yellow ones. And if you untick it, you realize it's going to remove it too, and that's it. So longitudinal type is single. It runs from the top to the bottom. It's not segmented, so it runs from the top to the bottom. Latitude frames are the green members. Okay, so but then the span count, if you count the span count, is you count 1 2 3 4 5 6, but then we want to reduce the span count to 4 because it's clustered. For that is too clustered, so we want to reduce to 4. Okay, so our support frame is the red one. Okay, if you've already had your model and there's a base beam there for this to sit on, you can decide to remove it. Okay, but for our members, there's no base frame for it to sit on. If you notice, it was a slab, so we are going to add it. We're going to add cladding also for our loading, because we are going to be loading this. Okay, next is for you to come to your brace and polines. Okay, so if you don't want to brace, you can remove it, but it's always advisable you brace. It's always advisable you brace your members. Why? For extra stability. So we are going to say brace, you're going to brace it. So a bracing is going to be double. The double is the X type of bracing, and the fill type, full means that it's bracing every single bay. But then we're going to be changing this to, we're going to use 1 fill and 2 empty. Let me turn this. Okay, no. Okay, we're going to be using 1 fill, 1 empty. Okay, so you notice it's going to brace 1 and give 1 empty, brace another one and leave the other one empty. Okay, and also for our polines are the blue members. Okay, the span count, you notice in this particular section, 1 2 3, that's the span count 3. So we're going to be changing the span count to 2. Okay, so you change to 2, so our span count is 2. So we have only 1 poline members. Okay, and that's it. So next we are going to come is, next thing is to check for sections. Okay, so the sections are already in groups, since this is more like an automatic DOM generator. The sections are already in groups. So for the crown section, we don't have any crown section. You know, all our longitudinal members will touch the apex of this, so we don't need any members for the longitudinal members, so we can leave that. For longitudinal sections, we can change this longitudinal section by clicking there. We're going to change it to a 120 by 40. Okay, 120 by 80 by 8. 120 by 80 by 8. You click select, click OK. 120 longitudinal, 180 longitudinal, the green one also 180. Sorry, 120 by 80 by 8. Our support sections too, that same section we're going to use. The brace section are using universal angle of 90 by 90 by 8 for our bracing. And our polyline section are using the channel section, the UK channel section of 100, 50 and 10. But then we can change this if you're not, if for whatever sections you have. Okay, and that's that. You come to your end releases automatically on Protastructure. The end releases for our bracing and polines are usually pinned. This is the brace cord. You notice it's pinned at both sides, at the first and the last point. You look at it. This is bracing, for instance. This is or IF98. Okay, IF98 for the bracing. 98. This is it. IF98. You see it is pinned. Okay, that's it, pinned at both supports. These other ones you can also pin them here for the polyline cords. Pin them. For those that are not pinned, depending on how you want to end releases to be, but that's how we want our end releases to be. We want to pin them for the polyline cords. Okay, so that's it. But for our support cord, it's not pinned, it's fixed. Because it's not pinned, it's going to be fixed for extra stability. You notice even our longitudinal cord is fixed. That's why we are not pinning them. But automatically supports like that, Prota will leave it at fixed for you. But then the bracing and the polines are usually pinned. So you just check to make sure that it's pinned for end releases, and you press OK. And that is that. Okay, this is your steel dome. This is your steel dome. You can rotate it to see it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be loading this steel dome. I'm going to be loading the steel dome. So you can click on it. You come to your loading. Come to your load editor. And click on your load editor, and it's going to bring out your load. Okay, so you can just come to your structure tree here, click on the dome, the arrow key here, click here, right click on it, and you filter it. So we are going to be seeing only a dome and steel dome. Okay, so that's the only thing we are going to be seeing. So we are going to be adding area loads. Okay, we are going to be adding area load. So you're going to come to full uniform area load. Okay, remember the first one, you check up here, the first one is G, which is the dead load, just more like the self weight of the cladding. Okay, so the magnitude you are going to be using is going to be using the magnitude of 0.2, okay, or 0.1. Let's use 0.1, because depending on the material you're going to be using for the cladding. So you can rotate this, okay, and you fix it for the cladding. Okay, make sure you fix it on the cladding. Okay, do it one after the other. So that's it for the That's it for the dead load. Next one is for us to add for the live load. You come here, come to Q live load, come to full uniform area load, and you change the magnitude. We are going to be using 0.2 for the magnitude for the live load. In the same way you added it one after the other each panel for the dead load, you're going to do the same too for the live load. Okay, so that's it. I've finished adding loads for the live loads. You can come to view options and click OK. So we have loaded our cladding. Rotate it to see it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also comment whatever tutorial video on Protastructure you would like us to do, or any engineering software. I will get back to you. Thank you.